Hydrated. Where's my
Hey,
book? I'm ready to cheat.
Thursday family, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. What's going
What's
on?
up, everybody?
Happy
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thursday.
Mary Lou, well in enough. Mary Lou, coming in early. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Where's
Sure.
my book? Alice is actually ready. This is what we like to see. Everybody on their P's and Q's. Love to see it. I'm gonna say Janine in the chat. I'm gonna say Norval. Janine Teshadea. Love that. So Alicia, what's popping? How's your week been? Give us the deets.
Ooh, how's my week?
Yeah.
A lot of work, girl. Work for kill, but I'm here. How about you?
Can relate. Girl, in the month I work and hey, tell you, Sunday, me dey have a hosting. So I go to bed late. They have work in the month.
I
Work?
saw you. You did exceptionally well.
Thank you. I was kind of nervous.
But it up today, you know, have a great big excitement. Lady
Thank you.
night is a
Thank
beginning
you.
for me.
So yeah, Sunday, I never hosting. I never come till after 12. So I have work early in the morning, but it's tired. My week start off tired. Then Monday, I have classes late. Tuesday, back to back, never class. I have whole heap of class work. Plus, I have a meeting because I joined this new youth group. We're working with political ombudsman, so we have a meeting for that. And then Wednesday, yesterday, I have a test. We're close tonight. I'm gonna do it. So I have that. Plus, I have a next meeting last night and class. And
I hope you have peace
let's just
tonight.
say
Yeah, excitement.
it was a very hectic week, but I'm happy. I'm here. I'm getting a chance to rejuvenate, to relax, and to be built back. I like that.
Yeah, I agree. But happy Thursday, guys. I see you guys rolling in. I hope that your week is going exceptionally well. And if not so, FMA is here to make it better for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Um,
Definitely.
I agree with you. Every turn we turn a presentation a joke way. Assignments a
Yeah.
joke way. Pure excitement. But
Once a week, man, it's just like everything. Pack, 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 pack. Test after test after test. Stress.
the stress is real, but we it's tough, but we tougher.
We're bigger than stress. We're greater than that. Greatness are now blood, so after. Yeah. After overcome. All right.
All right, so
So,
let's get right into it. Coming
so
to
much
do the
good things to come.
I'm called to order along with some power is our president, Alison Campbell. So welcome, Alison.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
how are you guys doing?
What's fucking president?
straightforward with
Simple. Well done.
Welcome everyone. I want to say welcome to everyone who has been coming each
Welcome.
week. Gamer Dwight, big up on yourself, Janine. You know, ABF always there for represent. I
Yeah.
just want to say welcome to the best club, FMA, where the vibe is right, the information is intact.
That's facts.
Abby. So, in everything we do, we have to invite the presence of God. So just close your eyes,
Mhm.
reverence the God, and let's pray. Most heavenly and righteous Father, as I come to you this day, I want to thank you for all that you've been doing and all that you will do. Thank you for giving us the strength, the wisdom, and the courage we need each week to come out and execute for FMA. Lord, I pray that you might allow this program to go as according to your will. Allow everything that we plan to go as we wish. And whatever I fail to ask, do not fail to grant. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. This well consecrated with that enough. Love that. I
Amen.
really invite the present in spirit.
Amen. Whatever I fail to ask, be not afraid to grant it unto us. Thank you so much.
You love that line, in Alicia.
My line.
And that's so important, because sometimes we don't remember all the things that we need to thank God
Right?
for.
Well,
Or
well,
mm,
thank you
Because
for
sometimes there are so much things to thank God for.
true. But thanks for
it's much
passing through
better.
present here.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So
Mhm.
is Chantal in the building, Abby? Let me know.
Because we're going to go to the next section. I know that what's going on is like the hyped up or most interesting part of the meeting, the most awaited section. But other than that, we have so much more packed. We have a lot more to share before we get to the unveiling of our speaker. Cool? So
Yep.
sit
Yep.
back, relax, share the link. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do a vibes check.
Mm,
Switching it up for Abby because Abby a thief.
that's
If
true. When I
if
do
you're
that.
here and you're watching, send a fire emoji.
If you're what?
If you're here and you're watching, send a fire emoji. Hi, sexy Barbie. I know all of us can relate to that comment. Watch them, FMA. I did not even say send
Mr.
FMA.
Passionate.
Catch. See them get catch? Them get catch.
All right, sexy Bobby pick up on the trend. Good, good, good. Janine
All right.
coming true.
And if you're watching right now, send the live stream to at least one person in your contact. One person. Comment when you're done.
100%. For your
Comment.
Instagram, share the link. For your WhatsApp, send it out. Send it out on Beep, Telegram, Twitter. There's so many pages you could be sharing. Like, do
Yep.
you really want others to miss out on all of this niceness?
Yep. So if you're here and you're watching, share the live stream, comment done when you are through. So I'm waiting. I'm watching to see if the numbers are gonna go up. So make sure you comment done when you're done. So once you share it to somebody, comment when you're through with that.
Yes. All right, sexy Barbie says shared. I'll be gonna do it on our status. Sasha Gay, you know, so you have to follow
Yes.
that. Share the link. You know what to do. Ah, Sasha Gay is on the pre. Love that. Give her the white.
How do I
Said done. This is what we love. This is what we love in true FMA spirit.
All right. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the others who are watching to let me know when you guys are through with that. So let's go. All right. So in the meantime, Wyoming, I see that Wyoming is having a bit of internet challenges. Are you hearing me, Wyoming?
Ah,
You
yes,
hear me,
I'm
darling?
hearing you, but it's a bit segmented, as if there's interruption with what you're saying. So it's breaking up.
Yes, Johnny, that was gonna be my topic for today. What are you guys' thoughts on the new COVID measures that have been lifted? No more masks, no more excitement on the field. What's going on? What do you think? No more curfew. Nobody body not for the on
I
the
don't
lot.
understand. I'm to that. Wow.
Wyoming,
I think it has a lot from you see Tufton, Honorable Nigel Clark and the whole of them they go Shensia thing, the album, Alpha release, and nobody nina wearing a mask and let them something there. Just expect there was
you figure
supposed to be something like that following to cover them to cover the tracks, yeah, because they wouldn't be doing these things just randomly like that without actual right. Yeah.
It's game I do I
So, but
coming
they
from.
kind of expect it.
Game I do I say I still like wear my mask so I can hide my face expressions. That's hilarious.
You know what
Ah,
funny as you said? A lot of people I can see wearing masks and still being expressive. Like me never did know say I could talk. Your eyes and your eyebrow, they are so true. Like you never talk see somebody with a mask on and like they must say something and them face away, but you can still tell what them do. Am I alone?
I agree.
Like
But
more pick up on your facial expression even with the mask.
I think I'm still gonna be wearing my mask. Cause COVID is still a thing. And I like that
Mm-hmm.
it's you're able to make your choice. No, say you can choose whether you want to wear it or you don't want to wear it,
Only
but it's not
man.
mandated that you do. So I like that.
With that conversation here, there's a next question that would follow. Would vaccines still become mandatory, compulsory, or something that's preferred since you're not wearing a mask? Because a lot of people to go overseas or to do certain things, you have to have a vaccine. You have to take a vaccine. So that's the next question.
Yeah, that's
To
probably will be a
vaccine or
next
to not
one.
vaccine?
Wonder if that's gonna be a
Yeah,
choice. That should be
true. Because
interesting.
yeah, especially like overseas travel and all those stuff, they have to get tested and have vaccine for and so on. I'd like to see how things pan out with that. But on another topic, guys, like the budget that was just released, and Nigel's Clark, Nigel Clark's use of the first Jamaican digital currency Jamdex. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
What I'm saying, all these changes is really just for vax because when they ask for your vax card, what are you gonna do? Well, you have a point.
That's why this is the next question. Or is it going to still be a thing to all right push the vaccination blitz?
Hi guys.
Hi,
Hi
Nashika.
Nash. You want
Hey.
girl? What's your thoughts on this mask no mask thing, vaccine or to not vaccine? How you think things will pan out?
Well, they say you never see smoke without fire, so there always a two side to it. So let's see how it goes. Because trust me, I think it's all about the vaccine and getting vaccinated and everything. So it's just not gonna just come easy like that. It has to be a catch.
That's true. And you know,
But
anytime I decide for something is out, there's always something to it. It never just goes so.
Yes. And I
You
hear
know,
people say election a come too and them something there.
yeah. There's
yeah,
always
exactly. I'm looking at all them things like it's just strategic place like politics playing, man. Because
Exact.
it bears a lot of question. The new budget release, new money come out, mass mandate lift. What next? Election coming up. Are these things being done for the benefit of the people in the long run, or just for the prettying up of a certain party to win an election?
But did you see the tweet? I'm looking at my phone now, and there's a tweet. I don't know if them just make it up or something, but there's this tweet
Mhm.
that what's his name again? Daryl Vaz, that's his name. He said sooner or later the next
Yeah.
part is gonna be empty. What do you mean by the
The
next
next
part is gonna be empty?
in
Yeah, literally, I'm looking at my phone now and I'm seeing these things. But you know, Jamaican people literally just edit some things. I'm wondering if I really him said that.
yeah,
Because if him really said that, ain't no way.
Well, I heard of a
something is
case.
sus.
Well, I heard of a case
Mm-hmm.
where it's going to reach a time. I heard of a pastor specifically spoke about it. It's going to reach a time where there will be only one party. So there will be one specific party in so it's just like this one party just leading the entire country itself. So it's like the way things are now, you'll find that it will lead to that because trust me, as a end time days, anything is just really going to happen right now. So all I can say, God is surely coming. God is surely coming.
Every week I come out here, come preaching, and Janine say one thing about me, make a
That's
big up.
facts.
Because
God
the
is
truth,
surely coming. Everything, Matthew
truth,
24, tell about all them things that rumors of war, earthquake. Oh no, see the 7.2 magnitude earthquake will lick Japan yesterday evening. Like we cannot overlook that. The place
I
is
did not,
literally in shambles.
I
Mm-hmm.
did not see that one. I need
I
to check it out.
Yeah, I saw it on TVJ News this morning. Yesterday evening, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. Is it an earthquake or tsunami? Correct me if I'm wrong, comment chat. Hit Japan, and there were a lot of ricochet effects as relates to that. People's house got terribly demolished and affected by that. Just imagine something that literally shake up your whole life because you could have lost your life. And I saw pictures of supermarkets being shaken up and houses where the brick and so is broken off and so on. Again, every single thing, not to be spiritual, but literally we have to allow God to take in place and to show to go by what He has shown. The world is coming to an end. Whether or not you want to believe it or you want to believe God, it don't change that that God exists and that the Bible is being fulfilled. Rumors
And
of war,
That's
all
true.
sort of, and not
That's
even
true.
rumors no more. War happen. Plain and simple. War happen. More war plan, more people do things. Selflessness is not in the picture. Lovers of themselves. So with
that tip I
everything
like,
that's happening, I think Alicia looked at it. Mm-hmm.
I was just saying this is just a tip of the iceberg. But there's more to come, and it's gonna get
Yeah,
worse. And last week I was saying to you guys, it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse, whether we like it or not. So let's stop complaining, stop the fuss, stop the
yeah,
excitement. These things are not
yeah,
new. The Bible
right.
speaks about them. This is just those things coming into play now. So complaining, stress, not gonna
It's
change
time
nothing.
to get right. It's time to mm-hmm.
Johnny said she needs to leave Earth. There's no escape, my
And go where, John?
there's no
It's
And go
all
where?
Elon Musk would have loved to can find a next option for Mars or one of those planets right now, but the reality is, unfortunately, there is none. There's possibilities, and that's a whole other conversation. And let me tell you, guys, there is so much knowledge out there, so much things to debunk in the world. Space
Mm-hmm.
travel, study of science and particles and molecules and all the things there, whether or not we can live on another planet and sustain life. The possibilities are endless for us to talk about things. But the reality is, we'll have to be intentional and cognizant about how we use our now time because our to come time is not promised. And that's that.
and
Mm.
that's true. And guys, I just think it's important that not to get spiritual as why you're saying and not to preach to you guys, but it's important to know God for yourself in these times because without God it's impossible. It is impossible to live on a day-to-day basis and not know God for yourself. Have a relationship with Him. You have a prayer. You probably don't know for praying a fancy prayer, but talk to Him like how you would have talked to Him. Talk to Him like a friend. He listens. He understands. Build a relationship with
That's
God.
what we want. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it is important and it's necessary,
I agree.
especially now.
You see,
If
all
you don't
Utech life, what I, hey, life is mean.
Yep, if you don't have a relationship with God in this
Mm-hmm.
day and age, you're bound to lose your mind. You're bound to get mad. When you look at how much the gas
Yes.
price, oh, pure excitement, pure chaos, like we literally I travel the world upon one wheel and it just go crazy. So if you don't have a
Yes,
relationship with
Mm-hmm.
God,
exactly such a day.
it's it's just not gonna work out for you. So if you want to live a meaningful and
That's
impactful life, get to know God for yourself.
And it's just in knowing God that you get direct.
Yeah, I do agree too.
But yeah, guys, it's very important. And you don't care who want to say, oh, they who want bash you or say, God know this or God know that. You know what God has done for you. God is the only person or the only reason why we're still here today. Is because of His grace and His mercies. And the same God that has kept us till now is the same God that's going to keep us for the years to come. So we need to
That is
understand
true.
and put Him at the forefront of our lives and allow Him to lead and direct our path.
I so agree with you, Alicia. That
I
is
just love how
really
this
true.
took a
That is
turn, you know. I love how this took a turn. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Nash.
I said I agree completely with what Alicia is saying because practically if you don't know God for
Oh,
yourself, then you're all on your own. You're all on your own. And especially now you just have a lot of false prophets, false prophetess.
yeah,
Everybody just become prophetess and prophet
yeah.
oh, them just a preach and
Social
everything.
media. The hype, the social media drama. Everybody wants to be a
Yes.
God. But it don't work like that. Just build your own relationship with God. You don't need nobody to tell you. And there's no manual to serving God. Just read the Bible and pray. You need
Amen.
nobody to tell you what to do from when to do.
simple.
You know what's right from what's wrong. So just work with that and you'll be fine. But yeah, guys, I'm done preaching. What you gotta say? Nashika, what you gotta say?
All right,
Amen.
so I
I
know
have to
everybody's
say
been
amen.
excited. Amen, indeed. Everybody has been excited to hear, what's going on. We touched a bit on that, speaking about, the mask mandates and so on. But, there's another aspect of
Or
things that
practical
has to
aspect
be
now.
dealt with. I forgot. Wait, Alicia. Hmm?
I'm saying, why you want to take us on the financial journey, my love? So stay tuned, get your seatbelts on,
Our
you know.
own finance minister, FMA finance minister.
But
Really
yeah,
no.
and I
All
agree
right,
with you.
guys. So we're going. Mhm.
Go ahead, Wyoming. I was
Go
just
ahead.
saying I comment. No, I was just reading a
Oh,
comment.
all right, no problem, sis. So we're going back into the nook of things, and we're gonna have Abby come and share, on the apps and so on that we have. Our sponsor once again, guys, is none other than Digicel. So I have to big up Digicel for enabling these meetings alongside our executive body, communicating with speakers to get the best for you. Everything is a complete team, right? So,
That will be done by
but
Alice. You're Wyoming. Alice will be coming to do the app boost.
are awesome. So Alison, no problem, sis. Thanks for that. So Alison, aka or Prezi, aka Dimples, touch road.
Hey guys, so I am back and I have a
Mhm.
little game for
Mhm.
you. Share the screen, Abby.
Ooh.
This sound interesting.
It's simple, simple, simple.
This easy, man. Easy peasy
Okay,
lemon.
right.
Unscrambled.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I want you, our viewers, to unscramble any two at a given time. Download the two apps that you've unscrambled. If you already have those two apps, you have to get somebody to download the two of them and you'll win some credit. Simple, simple.
That sounds very interesting. This so like festivity has peaked itself. I like this.
So
Comments.
remember now, you have to download the two words you've unscrambled and
Come.
and if you already have those apps, you get somebody else to download those two apps.
Game
So
of the white.
yes, send the evidence in the WhatsApp group, the members WhatsApp group. Yes. All right now.
Serious. So game of the white, you have to be in it. Sexy Barbie. Everybody.
Yeah, we anticipate everybody with it in the comment section on a run out now. And then I want credits I give it over here. So you're not have to borrow a digital loan this week because FMA got you. No. Send us the evidence in the members group. This will allow
Yes.
us to know who is in the members group. Because if we
And
join the
who's not?
members group and engage and be a part of all the excitement.
I see responses coming in. This look festive.
Okay. All right. No, we don't do DMs, Janine. I wonder if you can unscramble that word when I look on why you make. I don't know why you unscramble it, do you know?
Girl,
That's your word.
I get
You know
all
what
of them. My bright. I get A. What you mean? As old people that say, I'm born, my mother gonna market. I get all of them. Come on, whisper. Come on, whisper the third one too.
We want the evidence. We want the evidence
In the WhatsApp.
in the WhatsApp group. We want the evidence.
Same.
We
Yeah,
want
what
to
do
see when the
credits?
app
I like
is being
that.
downloaded, and we want to see it after it has been downloaded. So nobody come to and send nobody phone screenshot for them apps. So we want to see when you're going at the app store and go download it, and we want to see it after it has been downloaded.
Same. So we need 2 screenshots. We want to see you click and it says downloaded, and want to see after when you open the app and it's downloaded. We want valid proof, you know? Yeah, correcto. But for all the bright sparks, like Sexy Bible, we don't know the answer to them and love the game, but she don't like it. We want to see you come out and, show y'all true support and true fashion for FMA Spirit. And this is simply put beneficial to you guys because most of you should have the apps downloaded. If not, this is the time to hit up a friend and say, yo, Shanika, download this. You can split the credit. You know? Yeah.
Because you are
That's
getting
even
that can be shared among your friends.
Yeah. Everybody can win. Space at the top.
Listen, I'm not seeing any messages as yet. Wagwan. Oh, hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on.
All right. Screenshot coming in.
All right.
Fast.
Oh,
Speedy Gonzalez.
All right. So we have 2 persons, and guess what? Because today is Thursday and we're feeling so happy, those 2 persons are going to get the credit. So the persons have something in store for you. So the 2 persons. So we have Gamer Dwight and who's that? Wyoming? I don't want to spoil anybody's name, you know.
I try my best to pronounce this name, sweetheart, but you give it a shot.
You know,
we'll just reach out.
We'll reach out to you. So we have a bonus segment. Yeah. Bonus segment, you know. Are you ready for this? So for the bonus segment, if you download 2 more digital apps, we can double the credit.
What was the credit before? Make the people them know.
$200 credit. You would have gotten $200 before, but if you download 2 more apps, you get $400 credit.
Drum roll, a big people things. Big things are going on at FMA. Yeah. International. La.
Listen, and we want to see and guys, you are supposed to sign into the apps. Don't just download them for the screenshot sake.
Yes, you want to do inside
at the app. By the time mommy reach, the competition not gonna let you 60 Barbie, man. By the time mommy reach. So
the true man, you have to download it. No. $400 digital credit now. That is more than a 2-day plan. You can get credit, you can get data. Talk, ladies and gentlemen, come on. You can't make this miss you. Big things are going over FMA. Post it by your IG, post it by your story, post it by your big things are going.
Double credit, you know?
Double credit. I'm not lie though for you. I big Dwight get nickname. Cooking over say, yeah, Dwight.
So
All right.
remember, 2 more apps, and it's not the 2 apps you've downloaded previously. So the thing is, the thing with this is, you have to have 2 digital apps before,
We not them
So,
chopping,
right.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so we need another winner. We have wait, we have a winner. Sorry. So guys,
Big
could you
thing.
unscramble
What?
these words? What are these words? What's the first word? This one easy. What's the first one?
Simple.
Easy.
If you're not, you are.
But if you're not,
Drop it in the chat.
oh man, I see the comments.
Yes, sexy Barbie. Sexy Barbie knows shut up. Bro. If you're not peeping, you are slipping. And we don't know over there.
That's
We're not
right.
just slipping.
Not
We don't
time.
slip over here. We steady.
We're firm in the ground.
Steady up.
Naomi.
Wait. Put a pause. But just get some details. I'm hearing that somebody is going to sponsor somebody else to add one more winner. Somebody, let me find out exactly who this person is.
Okay.
Drop your name in the chat, right? Whoever just text me that they're going to sponsor somebody, send a name. Send a name so that I just got info that they're going to sponsor another winner. So make sure, choose somebody else. Choose the next winner for that run. Somebody gets a next $400 digital credit. Look at God, FMA Spicy.
Wow.
FMA Spicy.
Wow.
I'm going to check out 1 second.
Wow. Okay, so remember, you have to have how many apps? How many apps you have to have? Okay,
Nothing a name.
4 apps, guys, for $400.
4 up.
Free YouTube.
Somebody just said I'm going to sponsor somebody. I'm going to see them name good. Everything. Did it sell nicer? Coming from a flow user.
Come on, get off screen, please. Leave.
But let's just say.
Leave. Come back. Please come back.
Credit.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. What's the third word? Let's unscramble the third word. What's the
Alvin, listen. I just got the beats. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Alvin text and said that whosoever won, you got first and we have second place already for the $200, right? And then the person who won the 400 credit, then get them credit. But they say the next runner up, they're going to get $400. A $400 credit. Alvin, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm right. Alvin a sponsor on the credit. I said, I like this. We need more sponsors, in-house sponsors. I like them something here. Big up yourself, Alvin. So all the girl, I'm gonna know nothing to do. Sing Alvin, wait. I never said that. We digress.
So
yes, we can choose one more winner because
remember, guys. Remember, a 4 apps. I have to get the $400, Remember, remember.
Place you guys. Saying up the app, them. We're in the apps, Alicia. We're in the apps where you want the credit.
Remember, good enough. Alicia, what you want? We are over there, so Alicia, what you want?
What did you tell?
My ask for the credit. You think that's where you go? No, you have to
go. Because you're blind, auntie. Alicia has all digital apps. Congrats, sister. Have somebody download the next 4 ones. Any 4, and you have a chance to win the credit, Alicia.
Any 4, guys. So this word that I see in Wyoming, this word polo. I wonder what is that though? What is that when it's unscrambled? What is that? What's that, guys?
That's obviously Luke Maestis. That's Luke. Oh, sorry.
Just look away.
So when I get too excited, I know your stuff. I'm sorry. Big up yourself, DJ.
In the comment section, know the apps. What's the other one, guys? That one here
Following
easy.
Polo.
Right through it. Yeah, the one following Polo. You can see right through it.
Right through it.
What's the other one, guys? See the sexy Barbie just there on point, you know. Sexy Barbie know that it's
After
music.
Jenny never does the pool. After Loop, what's the other one?
Jenny.
Yes, Sexy Barbie, D Music. Same answer.
Right, and what's the one following D Music? Come now, come with a quick thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, hurry up.
Quick,
Quick. Hurry up now.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up now. I want to fight Jenny, you know? Who knows I want to fight Jenny, you know? I don't promote violence on this platform. But Jenny, you know.
So everybody jumping in the chat. Mr. Dominic would go loud. Who else drop it? Angelica. Yeah. Same way, so. Sexy Barbie dropping go loud. Big up on yourself. When you're repping true.
I love this for us. I love this for us. What's the other one, guys? What is this one? You see, guys, by the time I say what is, you should have just dropped the answer.
Long time.
You should have just dropped the answer.
You have a problem. Sexy Barbie know her thing. Jada know her thing.
Yes. But Game of the World come out though. Game of the World come to play now. I want thing with Game of the World.
Yeah, Dominic, I just love how the men are bringing the heat.
Right.
Women they've gone, and when the men there come up, and it have a base.
Listen, the FMA men, you know, the FMA men are going to come out, you know, that is one thing I know for sure.
That's one thing for sure.
The FMA men are
I will have to rep them. We'll have to give
at all times. Game of the World. Wyoming, I wonder if Game of the World apply already to be on the exec body. I'm just wondering.
Good question.
I am wondering.
I wonder if Sexy Barbie sending fair applications. If Deidre pack up herself and get ready to move to the next level.
I wonder if them sit down and them contemplate deeply about them roles, what them are going to perform when they join the exec body. I'm just wondering.
Are you guys ready for the next level, the next you, the elevation? Because that's what happening in the next progress with consistency. Moving out of potential to kinetic energy. Next level. So you have to apply to be a part of the exec bodies. There are so many different roles that everybody can play. Everybody for sending an application. It's supposed to be overbooked and have to turn back.
When I see the people them coming on inbox and drag and say, what I do? I want to sit down for the potential. Come on, FMA want to know.
That's so true.
I want to say thank you to all of you guys who participated and winners. Look out for your credit. You will get it after the meeting. So don't worry yourself. Bye, guys. Bye, Wyoming.
Yes, sis. All right. So, everybody that was festive, that was a bit of a breather. Welcome back, Alicia, sis. Everything nice and everything was set. we just dropped some gems and, credit giveaway, everything. So, everybody in the chat is supposed to be on their high alert, right? Because after we'll saturate the place and we'll set the stage for the main event, I'm literally at the edge of my seat right now. Everybody's supposed to be at the edge of the seat to meet and to interact with our speaker for today. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the comment section. Drop some fire emojis in the chat if you guys are excited for our speaker.
We're ready. Are you ready to hear our speaker for today? If you're ready, send some fire emojis. And let me know if you have your books and your pens ready to take some.
I'm gonna drop that.
So yes, to having your books and pens, emojis if you're ready to hear from our speaker today.
I'm ready. The comment section festive though. Game of the white and cooking on, but for me, anyways. Excellent. I'm loving that everybody's on their high alert. Sexy Barbara says she's ready. Angelica is ready. Abby, always ready. Alice says she's ready from before the meeting starts. Yeah.
I love the comment section. You guys are
Alvin,
cute.
I've come out and rep. Ready, ready, ready.
I love that for you guys. Being so interactive. I love that.
Awesome.
But yeah, over to you,
So
Wyoming. Wyoming
interactive,
is
man.
now the introduction of our guest speaker. Over to you, Wyoming.
Awesome. So our speaker for today is Miss Nadia Sanchez. Miss Nadia has been working in finance for the past 10 years and holds an undergraduate degree in economics and mathematics and a master's degree in international finance. Although in a very lucrative and rewarding career, Nadia found herself like the average person, in debt and struggling to build up any kind of meaningful wealth. Through a deep dive into researching and learning everything about what it takes to better manage and fix money situations, Nadia was able to ultimately transform her finances, become debt-free, and is now on a track to retiring with a multi-million dollar investment portfolio. Love it. She now coaches people on how to manage their money, invest, and build wealth, and is known for her easy to understand, relatable, and entertaining approach to explaining anything finance. Ladies and gentlemen, FMA members and visitors, please make our speaker for today, Miss Nadia Sanchez, welcome by dropping some more fire emojis in the chat.
Hi
Welcome.
guys.
How are you
Welcome,
doing?
welcome.
Oh gosh, y'all is really, really, really a pleasure to be here. What a guan.
It's
So
exciting to be here too.
just to say before, the Jamaican twang, I find it real thick. And sometimes I wouldn't be able to understand. So take it slow with me today, please.
No
No
problem.
problem. So welcome, 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 Miss Sanchez. We are excited to have you here and more importantly, to speak on the topic of everything finance and money related, right? We know you've had a lot of background history into money. So we'd love to hear from you and just a bit of insight of how you have overcome money and made it so that you are now successful in that field.
You want to become successful too, so we're here for the
Yes.
tips.
Yes, yes, guys.
um,
And just to preface the whole conversation, the context is really me pouring all the information and experience that I had over the last 10 years to y'all. And I really have to say y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean the Gen Zs, because that's what y'all are, right? To me, I am a generation before y'all, and I'm just pouring everything into y'all, all the little traps that they're waiting for you, and the tips that will definitely accelerate that wealth building process, right? So I would say if I were you, I would take out all my pen and paper and start writing, because this is not taught in schools and it is not taught at home. So, guys, the information that is needed to move from just ordinary to actually building and being rich and gaining wealth is where this conversation goes. And you really have to go out and find the information, because information is like currency now. Information is like money in this
So
age.
true.
Yes. So for me, it's all about having a growth mindset. Open up your mind. If you have some barrier against finance, every time you talk about money, you're going into depression. Leave that and come and hear. And for me, also, personal finance is just that, personal. So your personal situation, I can't tell you how to spend your money, and I can't tell you what should be important to you. But what I could tell you is, if you're going down that road, this is where it will end up. And then the choice is yours, right? So I like to start all talks like that so you understand the context in which you're receiving this information. right? This is a generation that just above you pouring out the experience that's being learned over the years, right? Now, the first thing, and the talk is money, how you manage money in a crisis. And I mean, crises, right? Plural, because so many things happening at the same time. But the foundation that you're building will serve you better when you reach those crises. So the foundation had to be so strong that accelerating that growth when you receive that crisis in your life, right? So you had to start from foundation to me. And the foundation is mindset. So, like, we have so many different experiences with money. Because I know my parents' experience and I know experience in my household. Now, Caribbean people, Jamaicans, Trinidad, everybody, when they sit down around a table to talk about money, everybody's get quiet. Because somehow we shun that conversation now and we're thinking, I don't want everybody to know my business.
True.
We kind of don't want to put ourselves out there. It's very intimidating. And that's not where the first world conversations are going, right? The first world conversations are very open conversations about money and how to build wealth, right? Now, as Gen Zers, you all have so many things that the prior generations do have, right? And I'm sure you're tired to hear that. So, like information available on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube's. Just, I mean, if you have your phone and the internet, basically everything is open to you, right? So all of this personal finance information is really like, how I can describe it, is like a ball that's rolling down a hill and that's just gaining momentum. So our generation, my generation, and generations before me was privy to, we didn't have all this information. You all have it now. If I just type on YouTube, personal finance, how to get wealthy, how to build money, what are the best side hustles, the amount of
Yeah.
information I get from that. And here I must say that you have to be deliberate and intentional with how you're spending your time and how you're scrolling on your phone. So if you go on social media, TikTok, Instagram, you can't just be digesting information, music videos, and people talking about. That can't be where you're spending your time. You have to be constantly edifying yourself. And if you serious about building wealth, increasing your income, ways to do that, and if you're trying to be proactive and constructive and progressive, then that is what your feed have to look like, right? So after this whole conversation, pick up your phone, go through your following, and make
Yeah.
sure that you're following aligned with what you want, right? Because you can learn so much about finance, personal finance, with so many different influencers, right? So that's the first thing I'd say. And the second thing really is mindset on money. And as I was saying, people have all kind of different versions of what their life looked like growing up and what they received in terms of family education on money, right? And I didn't have my mother or my father, I never saw them making a budget and saying, well, this is what we budgeted for. We can't go above that. I never had that. So, I mean, you could share how your household was, but I know, and Trinis in general, do budget their money. What they'll tell you is, I have it in my head, right? And people tend to say a budget. That's no fun. I have to like write down everything I spend money on. No. But budgeting is just at the center of everything, guys, right?
Yeah.
Because if you do be intentional, then you're going to end up, you ain't even know where you're going to end up. And just it's like something I read real recently from the book Atomic Habits, right? So this is your goal and this is your starting point. Now, if you just go 2 degrees so or 4 degrees so, you're going to end up to a totally different goal, right? So you have to be intentional. And a budget is one of the things that you can use to be real intentional and make sure you hit that goal when it comes to wealth, right? So that's real important. Like always keep that in your mind. There's a goal. You don't want to be no 2 degrees so and no 4 degrees so. Right? It's like the steps that's going to take you. And that's what you need. You need the budget. Right? Whether you like it, you don't like it, just do it. Right? So that's what I mean by mindset. You have to be very goal oriented and intentional, especially when it comes to money, because it's so easy to spend. Right? And in terms of a money mindset too, don't think about money as soon as it gets in your hand. So I know like the majority of people are students, right? So you all have a consistent income every month, but you might get money from doing something. So it might be like a side hustle, or it might be some money that you was expecting that somebody promised you, or it could be a loan that you received from wherever, right? But when you get this money in your hand and look now at this, you must say, how can this earn me more money rather than how to spend it? And that's just like crux of the matter, guys. So when you
Wow.
receive this money in your hand, you have to say, okay, each one of these little dollars
Mm-hmm.
is ants, and them ants ready to work. Now, if I take some of those ants and I give it away, and I buy sneakers, and then I buy
Mm-hmm.
makeup, and then I buy a bag, that ant's gone. You
Mm-hmm.
can't ask that ants to work for you anymore. You gave that ants away. Right? So you have to make sure that whatever you spend that money on or give the ants to is absolutely worth it to you. Nothing wrong with giving away ants, but you have to make sure it works for you. Right? The
Yeah.
next thing is the ants that you keep, you have to put it in a place to actually work for you. When you put them ants in the
Mm-hmm.
bank, what you say to them ants is, here this, go and sleep. Go to sleep. I don't need you to work for me. I just need to go to bed and sleep. And that's essentially what you're doing when you put them ants in a bag or underneath your mattress.
Mm.
You understand what it is going on here. Because this is not something, this is not a narrative that we heard in school or from your parents. We just hear save, save, save. But saving is putting ants to sleep. What do you want the ants to do? Start a work for you. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to be investing, which is putting the ants to
Yeah.
work for you, a lot of that money. So, guys, so there's the mindset. When you get money, wherever you get the money, and you see it, is you're just thinking, these, I know where's this, is
Mm-hmm.
ants.
Yeah.
So you have to be very aware that if you give
Mm-hmm.
away ants, meaning spend it on consumables, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
just be that. Them ants gone. The money that it could have earned, gone. And the money
Wow.
that could have earned, gone too. You give away them ants. The ants that you have to make sure where you're putting it to work for you. Right? And that's the fundamentals I'm talking about. So you see how deep the fundamentals have to be, because that going and affect all the decisions and what you do for the rest of your time with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So any questions on that?
All right. So we're just checking the comment section right now to see if any questions have been posted. Guys, if you have any queries or anything you'd love to ask, you could drop them in the comment section and then we will relay them.
I see somebody saying, true, money hard to come by, but easy
Yeah.
to go. Yeah. That's so true. And then when we have any of these wealth conversations, you have to intentional, be real intentional. If you have any goal with money, the answer is be intentional, right? And
Mm.
that starts with your mindset. So let me get on into it, because there's so many different tips and traps that we could talk about when we come to money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So most of y'all would be, I would say, full-time school. Yes? And when you're doing full-time school and that money is scarce, you need to find
Mm-hmm.
ways to make money, right? And the conversation have to go here, because you can't be passive and sit back and say, but as a student, as a full-time, I have no money. That
Mm.
is no excuse in this age.
Yes.
When people doing YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they have Facebook Marketplace. You have so
Mm-hmm.
many different ways to make money. There's no reason why you should be sitting and saying, I have none, no income, no lump of money, nothing to come in. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you in a position where you're planning for your future and you are studying. But that doesn't mean to say that you have to wait for that certificate or whatever to generate income. You can still be generating income right now. Right? So anybody generating income, and if anybody have a side hustle, Because that's what I like to hear. I like to hear about multiple streams of income and thing.
Excellent. So,
Yes,
well,
Alicia.
for me personally, I have a full-time work and a full-time school, like after work ends. So it's, that is a combination for me. And I know we have a saturated mix here where some persons may be having work and school a bit part-time and or fully going to school. Sexy Barbie, one of our FMA members, said that she has a side hustle, and Allison also has a side hustle. Gamer
Right.
Dwight says that he does graphic designs on the sides. We have a mixture of business owners, we have a big mixture, of entrepreneurs and those who have expounded on their talents that turn them into side hustles while going to school.
Yeah. Yeah, and that really have to be the thinking. The thinking is you should always be generating income, right? Because you want to be generating income early to put it on an investment account so it can grow for you. That's like the thinking that's going to get you where you want to be, right? So don't make excuses at all, right? As I say, all the information there, YouTube it, TikTok it, search it, and let it be a constant and consistent feed that's coming up. So many side hustles out there, remote work, assistance, right? Basic and only in marketing, digital
Yes.
marketing. Well, that's one of the skills that are real in demand now because everybody realizing they have to go online and they have to market their stuff. So if you could form like a niche to say, okay, I am helping makeup people market their stuff and get online. And that's how you market to the small businesses. You're showing them how to go online and market their business. So little small things like that, little niches can grow because of the accelerator effect of the internet. Right?
Wow.
So, and you don't need any certificate. You don't need to finish your degree. Guys, we want to see, that's the thing, with influencers. I want to see the real story. So when I'm looking at somebody, I want to see no big successful person. I have no idea how to reach there. They're looking perfect to me. I am not interested in following that person. I want to see struggle. I want to see the decisions that they're making. Right? So I want to see indie making. So start
Yes.
your YouTube, start your TikTok, and don't just be consuming information, right? You want to be on the other end of that too and trying to monetize what you could, right?
Definitely.
So anybody have like was the you'll have debt, you'll have student debt, you'll have to take loans to go to school. Like, what's the struggle right now?
All right. So we have some comments from Sexy Barbie. She's saying that she needs another side hustle, another option to get income. What are some recommendations? I know you mentioned YouTube and TikTok that we could
Yes.
possibly use to make some income.
Right. And I saw somebody said they do graphics too. And I use Fiverr. Like I just use Fiverr. My sister just used Fiverr. Like so many apps that you could tune into and just present yourself as a possible person to pay to grant them their service. So there are so many apps, guys. I had my little brother, he's in university now, and he is doing like a whole host of different things to generate income and to have money coming in, right? So don't get stuck in you just being a student so you can't generate income at all, right? That's very, very far from the truth. You just need to YouTube it, as I say. Seen some people saying I use Upwork, right? You guys can promote yourself on LinkedIn.
And
Yes, all of those
LinkedIn,
things. Yeah. So get out of that
definitely.
perception of just sitting there and be like, I don't know what to do. I'm a student right now. I have to wait until I finish graduate. That would not work, right? And the next thing I want to touch on and is that this whole model of my generation of one income or going to school, excelling at that one thing, and that one thing taking you through life in terms of your income, that's called active income model. The active income model has shown to be not working, obsolete. So you have to find other ways too, which is called passive income, to generate income. because you wouldn't get rich off of working 9 to 5 and then trying to work 5 to 12 and then come home, sleep, and do the same thing over and over. That's not going to reach your goal, right? So you have to go away with that active income model and think passive income model. And it's much easier for you guys because you have the information at your fingertips. Literally true. Screw them. Right? So that was a big point for me. And I think a big takeaway too is our parents, even my parents, don't understand our model at all. So if I were to go to my mom and say, yeah, I have a master's in finance, but I'm really out for this 9 to 5. I want to make passive income. I think the looks and the talk that I would get, because they don't know that it's even possible. They don't know the model, right? So you have to balance it. Yes, you're a very constructive and progressive group of young people. You're in it, you're studying, right? And you're waiting to graduate to go on to have a lucrative career. Yes, that's fine. But know that that model has shown to not meet the wealthy target. Something else has to be baked into that ingredients.
Yes.
Right? It's a hard pill to swallow because that's what we've been told, but it is what it is, right? So, I mean, once you set your foundation and your mindset and you know now that, okay, these are working ants. I can't have one stream of income because that would not get me to what I see for myself. Then yes, you have to start to act on it, right? Always be learning and taking information. And it is not enough, guys, to just intake the information, right? Like I have a quote that's always read, execution
That's so true.
trumps knowledge every single day of the week. So you could have all this knowledge. Your brain is like a light bulb, but you unable to execute, then you would just be in library reading books right through. Right? So you have to have enough courage to actually execute on the knowledge that you have in your brain. Yeah. And I see some people getting it, some people really receiving that point. The struggle is making money. I'm a writer and I can differently be an actor for your own advertisement. Okay. And what he's saying there, I'm a writer, right? So I actually was really looking at side hustles for younger people because I speak to young people all the time and always looking for ways to earn money, right? And there are so many websites, like you could proofread, and some of the websites allowing you to write captions, to write like marketing points for different businesses. And it's like a kind of Fiverr thing where the best person wins the job. But I mean, in terms of your experience and in terms of the opportunity to gain a potential income, you should be on that, right? True. If your passion is in writing, right? I think the next thing too is being able to communicate. So what I would advise always to is, aside from knowledge is the new currency, being able to effectively communicate is golden. Because we only digesting information from the TikTok and the Instagram and the people who talk into the screen and who are able to give that information effectively. So you need to be able to do that also, right? Yeah, it has so many different ways to monetize that, right? In terms of a next stellar point that I always like to make too, you have your income, the top line, your expenses, and the difference. So you're always looking to increase that income, lessen those expenses because you want that difference. And that difference is to make more money for you. So whether it looks like investing in a business, in a small business, whether it looks like investing on the stock market, whatever it looks like, you need to put that difference to work. What you'll have is time. And time will take you everywhere. Because
True.
once you have that difference there and you keep investing it in something that's growing your money, time, all you need is time to pass by for that to accumulate, right? And it will just be generating more and more money. There's a next little little thing that we always like to say too: stack assets like your life depended on it. And that's the same thing as just investing. The money that you get, keep investing. Over time, it will grow,
True.
right? It's hard to be thinking about these concepts when you're enjoying life and you're going to classes and
True.
but once the people who on here that get these concepts receive it and be like, hey, I understand what you're saying and actually going to act on it,
Yeah.
those are the people
Mm-hmm.
that's going to reach the goal, because that's what required. I could sit here and tell you how to use a credit card, what that not to take, what exact, but that's not it. Was it is touching your mindset and how you will proceed and all the different decisions that you will have to make, right? They need to be founded on these kind of concepts that are going to be built in your mindset.
Somebody was asking for a student, what are the first steps to invest wise, intelligently rather?
Right. So always the first step is to learn, right? So you could just go on any website, any like you could go on Google and type in personal finance or invest in 101, and the amount of information that comes in. I mean, I follow so many Instagram pages too that will teach you basics on how to start to invest, right? So I could just give you a quick and dirty in terms of if you actually want to do it and you have the money ready, and that's the next thing. You don't need a lot of money to invest. So the little money that you have, once you do it consistently, it will build. So to invest is not a difficult thing. You don't need to have a whole pile of money. All you need to do is to open a brokerage account, one, open another account, like in GMA. I know GMB offers that service, right? And you just keep funding your investment account and buying stocks. You'll have the JSE, right? And that market is very dynamic. So you need to get into that space. So that's what I'm telling you. It's for somebody who just looking on and be like, invest in JSC. I don't really know anything about that. Get into this space. Go on your Instagram and type in JSE. All the posts that with that hashtag will come up. And then you can scroll through and filter the ones that you want to see. And those will pop up in your feed every day, right? So get in that space, get in the know. It's not enough to just sit and say, well, I don't know how to invest. I don't know what's the GSC. I don't know these big investing terms, right? And I know just on somebody comment here, they're saying getting money from blogging is a bit difficult. Yes. And I think that this model is a value creating model, right? This whole model that we're discussing with using digital thing and putting out content and trying to go digital and monetizing that. This have to be value creating. So you must make an Instagram page and give people value, 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 value. And what I mean by that, you could pick a niche and you say, okay, I am picking marketing to barbers. How barbers is marketing Jamaica? A small business. Let me see. Okay, this is what they could do. The first step. So you go and you put out a video on that, right? So as you learning, you giving the information, and don't be stingy with the information. That's what I mean by value creating. So you're just giving off that value, and what it does is solidify you as a person to go to for wherever you want in that niche, right? So that's the model, right? Finding a niche. I just reading through all the comments. Finding a niche, right? So finding a niche is really your passion, have to drive it. So is whatever you're really interested in, and it could be something that's outside of marketing, or something that's outside what you're being formally taught of in school. It could be something that you find interesting.
That's true because
Yeah.
most persons on social media, especially, you meet people on a day-to-day basis. They went to school, they study something completely different from what they're doing now. So finding a niche don't mean you have to work with what you're doing now in school. It can be something you have a passion for, but you didn't pursue a degree with it.
Yes, and anything under the sun is a niche, right? And because we have technology, and when you put out a video, it literally goes out to everyone who is interested in that. Like I was talking to my sister about the power of the algorithms and the TikTok algorithms, because you are interested in a certain area. It might be how to deal with tantrums in your toddler. Because you're interested and you're always pausing on those videos and taking time to digest, liking, commenting, etc., saving the video, more and more those videos is going to come. So it's the same as that. If you have a niche, wherever your niche is, if your niche is showing makeup artists how to market themselves online, whatever your niche is, your information should start using the hashtags when they start, and that the computer and the algorithm seeing what you're doing, then they will put you in front of your target audience.
So true.
Yeah. Right? So again, let's just go back to the basics. So we touched on mindset, we touched on budgeting, and what does budgeting look like? Because budgeting could seem a little intimidating because you don't want to be writing on everything, right? And analyzing where you spend things on. So, but you need to know what is your personality as it relates to money. So a lot of people would go through and they have no idea what their personality looks like in terms of money, or their money personality, as call it. So if I say, Alicia, what's your money personality? I'm like, well, I don't really know, right? And that's the starting point. You have to know what your money personality looks like. And it's okay that it is important to you to be in the moment and YOLO. You just have to know with all your YOLOing where that going to end up in 20 years, right? So again, it's not where you're writing a budget and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You just need to know what your money personality looks like and where that will take you 20 years from now if you continue on budgeting the way that you're doing and spending the way that you're spending. Simple. Right? So, I mean, budgeting is like at the core of money management, especially in times like these where you have crises. But in times of crisis, that's where you find the opportunity, right? So, like in 2020, when the pandemic hit and everybody had to be indoors and it was only online things that going on, what flourished? It had so many businesses that flourished. So you go back in time and you say, wow, hindsight is 2020. Because if I had known that everything was going to get locked down and this online thing was going on, so then I'd have positioned myself differently. But in the crisis, you don't think like that. You think, oh God, it's the worst inflation in grocery. And but you don't see the opportunity in it. So it takes a certain mindset to say, hey, there's a crisis happening now. I need to position myself to gain from this. Right? So mindset, budgeting. And I was going into that a little bit. I just want to touch on it. Just think 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times before you go into debt to buy a consumer item. And consumer item means anything like something to use. You find like what we call consumer loans, which is credit card. So you're using your credit card just to pay for things, to eat somewhere nice, to, I don't know, do all these things that you want to do that will derive you some kind of satisfaction, and then you're heaping up debt on it, right? So just think like real times before you do that, because it sinks you down into a hole. Anything that anybody else want me to touch on credit cards, on debt, or we don't have them kind of challenges yet?
Not at all.
Good.
Any questions, guys? Send them in the chat.
And just to touch on investing too, right? So don't let the word invest or investing intimidate you at all, right? You need to be investing. In this time of crises, you cannot just stash away your money or put it under a mattress or put it in the bank, right? You have to look towards investing. So it can't be intimidating to you. Sit, type in on YouTube, what is investing, and you start from there. For me, I do better with videos. So I can't read no boring book, or I can't read on the internet. So I would just go to YouTube and type it in. Don't let anything intimidate you. Everything you can do.
They were agreeing with you with the credit card point. Abby was saying not yet and hopefully not for now.
All right. So somebody asking to go in a little more on investing and investments, right? So why is so important for young people to start to invest is because time is on your side. So once you start investing, right? And as I say, it could be a little bit. It could be in an income and growth account in GMMB. It could be you saying, okay, I'm going to try the JSE and in terms of stock market. It could be you trying the US stock market because I see JSE open up into and given access to the US stocks, right? So whatever you choose or whatever your investment looks like, how it works is that the longer your time spends in the investment, it will grow at an accelerated rate, right? So when you start from young, say you start from 20 or 21, by the time in 20 years, and you have to use the rate of the return of the US stock market as a little gauge or a proxy, right? If it grows 10% every year compounding, you could retire a literal millionaire from just having that running in the background. And you still carrying out your work or your income, right? So it's important to start to invest and to start to know about it because it's something that just could be running on the background, right? Compounding and gaining more and more and more wealth. And you're just carrying about your life, doing what you had to do. That's the power of investing. Yes, while you earn. It's just in the background running.
Any other questions, guys? Make sure you guys are taking notes, Make sure you guys are taking your notes. Right, Gamer, do I take notes on this investment part? Tell them again.
Yeah.
Sexy Barbie said taking notes. Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Any other
Yes.
questions?
Yes. And I think for me, that budgeting was a real challenge for me, right? Because it just seemed not like a fun thing to do. To sit down and budget your money and then tell me, well, only 30% of my income I get spent on this. And I had to record everything that I spend. But as I say, it's a stepping stone to your goal, to your financial goal. Right? Any other questions? What are some investments you would recommend that has a small startup? Right. So as I was saying, the thing is, you really have to sit back and see what you're doing. So if you have enough money for a computer, right? So say you have $5,000, and you have enough money to get something that will help you derive more income, then you get that thing. That is an investment because you would be buying an asset that's produce more income in the future, right? So when you say go into investments, what would you recommend that needs a small startup? Investments don't necessarily have to look like you investing in stock exchange or you investing in some kind of options or growth and income fund. That don't necessarily have to be an investment. Investment is anything you put your money on and you expect to get more money from that thing. So some of us have little ideas, little small business ideas. Do that because that will generate more cash flows and then you can invest into the stock market. So it don't necessarily be like the little money that you have right now, you have to put it in the stock market. You could use that money to get more money and then invest it. Yes?
Deidre is asking, did you struggle with student loans?
What was that?
She's asking if you struggled with student loans.
Oh no, we didn't. We have it nice here in Trinidad. So the government would normally we have GATE. So the government would normally pay like 50% of our tuition, and then the next 50% is usually like your dad or your mom would pay, right? And over some time. So we didn't really struggle with that. It's just like at a postgraduate level, like a master's level, you'll have to kind of pay your own, right? And by that time you're working. So I would say like going to a full-time institution for undergraduate degree, right? We didn't really take on student loans as like what in the US they do. But what they do in Jamaica, you'll have to take on student debt in order to go to school.
That must be nice. Very nice having the government pay 50%. How does it feel to be God's favorite?
Oh Lord. So you all will take on student loans on your own, or would it go through your parents?
Okay. So Abby's asking, do you agree with the 50-30-20 budget rule?
Right. Yeah. So somebody seeming like there's follow a budget there. So there's the 50-30-20 rule, right? So 50 would go into needs, 50% of whatever money coming in, right? 30% would go into debt and other stuff, right? And 20% is for saving and investing. Now, so remember I was saying that I can't tell you the 50-30-20 rule is good because it just depends. It depends on your personal situation, depends on your goal. Right? Now, in this age, what has been like a real big predominant area is called something called FIRE, which is to try to retire early. And to try to retire early and not work 9 to 5 until you're 65, the budgeting rule will look different. You would have to be saving a lot more your income, right? So just for different people, the budgeting rules are different. The 50-30-20 is like a general rule that everybody's kind of use, but it most certainly depends on your goal that you have, and you need to tweak it for that goal. I think the bottom line is you should always be maximizing that investing. So that investing contribution, let it be not just 10%, but make it be above 20% of your income that you invest in.
So Gamer Dwight is asking, what questions must you ask yourself while budgeting?
Right.
And that basically tying with what you were just saying, like you have to know your individual goal to be able to, navigate and say, this is what I'm going to invest, or this is what I'm going to use, this is what I'm going to spend at the supermarket or whatever. So she basically answered that question just.
Yeah. So I think how you assess yourself too is that you just take a normal month and you just go through the bills, or you go through everything is online now. So I guess everything will be on a statement somewhere. And you just go through and say, okay, how much I spend on this? And you add up everything that you spend in terms of your needs. So grocery items, rent. You add up everything that in terms of your needs and see how much percent of your income you spend on that. That will give you some kind of insight into what your money personality is. You go through and you pick everything that you didn't really have to spend that, but you wanted to. And you add up that and you see, okay, what percent of my whole income I spend on that? And what percent I really remain with, like I was saving? Does give you a little insight into what your money personality is. And if you realize at the end of the day, you've assessed yourself and realized, well, wait now, I spent all this money on something that was totally unnecessary, then you start to look and say, hey, I had to do something different because going down this road, I know it going. Right? So I think starting with a budget and starting to confront yourself with your money habits, it had to be the first place if you're getting serious with this wealth thing. So if you want a goal of yours is to build wealth, right? Then you need to start to be intentional. The first step of being intentional is to confront yourself and say, okay, what is really going on here? How are you spending your money? And then make some changes if you need to. Right? Right. Yeah, and that whole point about university, right? And having to borrow for university and all that, I mean, does a thinking that is changing a lot, especially for your generation. I think that you don't have to have a certificate or a degree for some of the jobs that we do. Somehow we monetize these jobs that coming up now. You really don't need to wait till you have that certification to do. Because again, people want to see the struggle. So you continue, put your value out there, put your videos out there, and eventually build a course around what you have learned and sell that course digitally. But when you start to like Google these things, so what I'm trying to do is just like open your mind to see what is possible. Once you start in your free time, you say, but this girl is really talking. All right, let me try something and see. And you go to Google and you Google some of these things that I'm talking about. It just is like a mind opener where you're seeing, okay, but I could actually generate this income and I know how to do it now. I start a budget and then I'd invest the rest. So it's just the fundamentals that will take you through.
That's true, Janine. People are making crazy money on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And some people repost other people's stuff and they make crazy money anyway. So that's so true.
Yeah. I think the what you could take away from this too is you need to be more deliberate in how you are receiving all the information on TikTok, on Instagram, on all the social media, because we just don't even think about it, open our phones and just lie down in the bed and digest all this information. When you could be on the other side of that, right? And you could actually be the creator of information and monetizing it. I think that is like, if you can walk away with that kind of thinking, it would be real beneficial, because that's where we go in. This is the digital age, and it is not going to work if you're just sitting on and digest information anymore. Information is where it's at. So you need to position yourself on the right side of that.
Well, I've learned a lot so far. How about you guys? Let me know what you have learned so far. What is your takeaways so far? So no more Zinger buying Game and Do Right. You're not going to buy the Zinger and regret it anymore, okay? You're going to be spending wisely now. So let me know what are your takeaways so far from Say Game and Do Right. Said James was awesome today. Definitely. I wrote 1.5 page of notes. How about you guys? I said treat yourself at Game and Do Right. He will find a way to buy it. Make sure I know where they are. All right. So, Mrs. Sanchez, what are your final words to university students who are trying to make life? What encouragement, what tips to give them to encourage us, to be tap into being greater versions of ourselves and, building a future for ourselves at the same time?
There's something that a lot of people who are trying to monetize away and build wealth and break a cycle of struggling and just be different, that they're real kind of challenged with, and it's called imposter syndrome. I don't know if anybody hear about that before, or that term. Yes. So it's when you try to do something that you think you can't do. or that's outside your reach, or you're not good enough, or you're not credentialed, or you ain't good enough to do it, right? So sometimes you might be looking at somebody who's making videos, somebody who is being very successful, and you're thinking, that can never be me, right? And that is imposter syndrome. And listen to me, that will keep you paralyzed and not doing anything. So you need to shake that. You can absolutely do everything. And the thing is just in your phone, literally in your phone. And once you have internet, you can get all the information. You could watch a YouTube video on a subject till you understand. If you have to watch it 500 billion times, you watch it. But once you get that concept, you get it, right? So I think nothing is outside the reach of, that's something that you just have to know. Like nothing is outside the reach of your. So shake that imposter syndrome, not doing nothing for you. You need to get it. Right? So see, I have imposter syndrome.
Guilty.
Yeah.
But solid advice. Guys, we're going for those goals. We're crushing those goals. We're not going to think that we're not good enough.
Okay, guys, it really was a pleasure.
Yep, it's coming to do our official vote of thanks to you now, Mrs. Sanchez. Is our director, well, our secretary rather, Nashika Hibbert. Okay, she's here. Hey, Nashika.
Hey, Alicia. Hello, Miss Sanchez. How are you?
Good, good.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So, on behalf of the members and the executive of FMA, we would like to thank you for taking the time out to come and share to us on the topic managing our money, especially in the time and age of COVID. And there's a lot of things going, and we do need to know how to really invest, to know how to spend wisely, to budget and everything. So, indeed, it was an inspiring session. It was an informative session, and I'm sure that we all learned a lot of things. And I'm sure that we'll be using it to help us to better ourselves. So thank you again, and I hope you come back.
Thanks,
And
guys.
here is an certificate. So here's a certificate to show our appreciation.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And I'll be sending this in your email so you can share it. And I hope you enjoy a little token of appreciation. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for coming.
All right, guys. Bye.
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 All right, guys. I
All
hope
right.
that you guys enjoyed our little talk today titled Money Management Amidst the Crisis. I hope that you guys learned a lot, and I hope that whatever you have learned today, you will put it to good use, apply it to your daily lives, and to build and improve our money management, especially in today's era. So, with that said, see you guys next week, same time, same place. Have a
Same
good evening.
place.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.